dead after being hit by an SUV along US 54 South yesterday. What his family, El Paso ISD, and police are saying about this tragic incident. Then there's an increasing number of Americans who are not registering to vote with either of the country's two main political parties. We're going to be breaking it down in our Political Minute. And it looks like we're starting to feel fall-like weather, so does that mean the monsoon is finally done with us? Robert?
A little relief from the heat with the cool front, but no, the monsoon is not done. Friday night football is coming, and that means, you know what, thunder showers. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We're live on KTSM 9+, and your news starts right now.
You're watching KTSM 9 News First at 4. Starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, your digital newscast. I'm Monica Cortez. We're going to begin with breaking news we've been following here this afternoon. 4 people have been taken to the hospital with serious injuries after a shooting in central El Paso Wednesday afternoon. Now, details are still very limited at this time, but we do have our crew out on the scene. Our Diana Castillo, she is near the scene of the shooting with the latest information. Diana, what can you tell us about what happened there?
Well, Monica, like you mentioned, 4 people are in the hospital, but police say that 2 of them are men and 2 of them are women. All of them were shot, and again, they are in the hospital. Now, I'm going to move out of the way so you can get a better look at the scene. Now, investigators confirm that this is an isolated incident. Now, we are here live at the intersection of Rainer and Tula Rosa. And if you just look just down the street, that's where the shooting happened, on Rainer and Montana, right outside El Paso Police headquarters. Now, officials pointed out that EPPD officers themselves are not involved in the shooting. Now, again, the 4 people who are injured are in the hospital. Their conditions is still unclear. Now, we also don't know the ages of the victims, but we'll be sure to keep you updated. And coming up at 4:30, we'll hear directly from investigators. Monica?
Diana, thank you so much for that. Of course, we'll check in with you a little later in this newscast. Meanwhile, we have new details of a teen who is dead after being hit by an SUV along US 54 South Tuesday afternoon. Now, police have now confirmed the identity of the victim. And according to the preliminary investigation, we do know that the victim was seen running west across the northbound lanes of US 54 and crossed the center barrier. Now, police do say that the victim then ran north along the southbound lanes of US 54, where he ran into the path of a 2024 Toyota 4Runner. The driver attempted to avoid the victim, but was unable to do so. Multiple witnesses began to help him until he was taken to a local hospital, where he later died. A driver who shared dash cam video with KTSM first witnessed a white truck driving over the divider at the on-ramp near Fred Wilson. Her camera captured the truck traveling against the flow of traffic, trying to catch the teen. A few hours after the incident, Joseph Caraballo's sister shared details about her brother on Instagram, saying he was the youngest of 7 siblings and lived with severe autism, adding that the family was not notified he was missing until an hour after dismissal. She went on to claim that his school had already let him wander off campus once this month and that a safety plan was supposed to be in place. Now, just a couple of hours ago, El Paso ISD officials released the following statement, saying in part, quote, "El Paso ISD family is in mourning, and we have counseling and support services available for our students and staff. We are working closely with El Paso PD, who are investigating the investigative authority on this incident. We do request that everyone be respectful and the family and those impacted, and please keep them in your prayers." Now, we did reach out to El Paso Police for comment, and just after El Paso ISD released their statement, El Paso Police Department officials sent out their media release detailing the incident and officially identifying Joseph Caraballo as the victim. And coming up at 5 and 6, KTSM's Jesus Baltazar spent the afternoon with the Caraballo family, and he is going to share details about the victim and what's next for the family. Well, we first told you about the woman arrested earlier this week for allegedly trying to set a central El Paso church on fire. Well, we now have more details as to why she did this. Court documents obtained by KTSM revealed details of the attempted arson. 35-year-old Monica Cortez is facing a charge of arson with intent to cause damage to a habitation or a place of worship. Now, Marquez allegedly set a fire outside the church and left a threatening message inside the church. Law enforcement officials say a multicolored paper plate was found at the scene with hateful words written on it. Investigators also discovered Marquez's business card actually tucked inside a gift bag she left behind. Now, those same documents indicate that FBI agents were called to the scene of the crime, and jail records show that Marquez was released from the El Paso County Jail on Sunday after posting a $50,000 surety bond. Well, to developing news out of Dallas, 2 people are now dead and 1 person is seriously injured after a shooting at an Immigration Customs Enforcement facility. Police say the incident happened at the facility located just southwest of Dallas Love Field Airport. An ICE spokesperson says all 3 of the people shot were ICE detainees. The injured person was rushed to a nearby hospital. No ICE officers were hurt, and the suspected shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This is all according to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Investigators say the motive behind the shooting is still not clear, but the FBI does say that rounds found near the shooter contained messages that were anti-ICE in nature.
Again, this is just the most recent example of this type of attack. This will be a whole of government response. There will be no resource not utilized to bring all those individuals who are responsible to bring them to justice and to hold them accountable.
Now, Senator Ted Cruz did attend this morning's press conference in Dallas following the shooting, saying that violence needs to stop.
This needs to stop. Violence is wrong. Politically motivated violence is wrong. It was 2 weeks ago today that we saw a political assassination in Utah that tore the heart out of much of this country. This is the 3rd shooting in Texas directed at ICE or CBP.
Now, the incident remains under investigation. Okay, we're going to take a little pause here from all of today's headlines and take a look outside. So this is what we are seeing, and it looks like we may see actually some clouds out in the distance. It definitely is much cooler than it has been these past several days. And Robert, question to you is fall finally here? Because I wore fall clothes today. I'm ready.
Yeah, I know the other question you're asking. Do you accept tips? I do. Yeah, sure. I mean, of course. Pumpkin spice latte would be fantastic.
Oh my gosh,
thank you.
Sounds amazing.
I think we're all in a good mood. We needed a change in this weather. It was 94 yesterday. So far, our unofficial high, 82 degrees at the airport. Man, that is fall-like weather. I love it. 77 at the pass, 61 Cloudcroft, 64 Ruidoso. Right now at the International Airport, 82, dew point at 56. You can still feel a little moisture, but don't look for showers or thunder showers. We had those spotty showers overnight and early this morning, but that is done. The passage of the front has come through and we have stabilized. Now, that is going to change by late tomorrow, where if you're west of El Paso, I think we'll have a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms as that high temperature starts to climb back up again. Best chance of thunder showers, well, you guessed it, football Friday night. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and take you outside using our TechStock cameras, and this is what it looks like. We're looking at I-10 Loop 375. Things are actually moving quite nicely in both directions. Not a lot to really slow us down. Well, turning to news out of Socorro now, 2 teens have been arrested after they allegedly carjacked a man at gunpoint and stole his truck. The teens were identified as Cesar Gonzalez and Jacob Julian Zambrano, both 17. And according to Socorro police, the incident happened Monday around 7:30 along the 500 block of Dusk View. The victim says that he was contacted about the truck through Facebook Marketplace, then during a test drive. Police say one suspect pulled out a gun, placed it on the back of the victim's head, and then sped away with the victim's truck. Texas DPS troopers found the truck and took Gonzalez and Zambrano into custody. Well, calls continue for the release of local dreamer and activist Catalina Xochitl Santiago, who is currently in ICE custody here in El Paso. Just last month, she was detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents at the El Paso International Airport. And in federal court yesterday, the judge did not release Santiago, but did extend a temporary restraining order, ensuring that she is kept in custody here in El Paso. While Santiago supporters are unsure when a decision will be handed down, they are hopeful the federal judge will see what they think has been an unfounded and illegal arrest.
What the government is currently trying to do is hold DACA recipients at large, all 500,000 of them, in detention until the status that they have and that they've earned and that they've qualified for expires, which is truly insane.
Now, for their part, the Department of Homeland Security labeled Santiago a criminal illegal alien from Mexico, citing a criminal history including charges for trespassing, possessions of narcotics, and drug paraphernalia. Santiago's lawyers argue that she was never charged on drug offenses and her trespassing charge had to do with peaceful civil resistance. Well, over to national news, there is an increased number of Americans who are not registering to vote with either of the country's two main political parties. And in today's Political Minute, Blake Berman breaks down what's behind this emerging trend.
Tracking a rise in independent voters. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. According to our partners at Decision Desk HQ, a majority of U.S. states are now seeing their most significant registration gains coming from voters not affiliated with any political party. The report says some believe this trend is a result of people's dissatisfaction with the two-party system, but it's also largely driven by an increase in automatic voter registration policies. Currently, 24 states and Washington, D.C., representing about 55% of the total U.S. population, automatically register residents to vote. According to Edison Research exit polls, independents made up 34% of the total voter share in the 2024 election, matching Republican voters and edging out Democratic voters at 32%. It's the first time that independents have out-registered a major political party since Edison started tracking that data back in 2004. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Well, coming up, the family of the 30-year-old man who was tased and died after a confrontation with police back in July along I-10 will host a candlelight vigil this weekend. We're going to hear what you have to say in today's In the Comments segment. Thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, always putting local first.
for $249 a month. Fall in love with a new Toyota at 6330 Montana today.
Welcome to the In the Comments segment. Well, the family of the 30-year-old man who had a confrontation with El Paso police officers back in July along Interstate 10 and then later died will host a candlelight vigil to honor his life. As KTSM previously reported, Hernandez was stunned with a stun gun multiple times by an El Paso police officer on July 13 at I-10 at Yarborough. Now, the stun gun was ineffective, police said at the time, and another officer and a witness helped to subdue Hernandez, who then later became unresponsive. CPR was performed and Hernandez was taken to the hospital where he later died. We did share this story all over our social media accounts, and a lot of you had a lot you wanted to share. Gilbert Marquez says, quote, EPPD needs more training in these kinds of situations. Mental health issues are very serious and sometimes dangerous. Rest in peace. Alex Lucero writes, I am so sorry for this mother. What her son put her through is horrible. Years of drug and alcohol abuse, not taking his medication properly. He was a ticking bomb. Sad it had to end this way. And Remy Rich says, my deepest condolences and sympathy to the family. He was a wonderful waiter at a popular restaurant we would frequent, very well-mannered young man and very shocked at the outcome. Prayers and condolences to his family. Rest in peace. Now, we did confirm that his official cause of death was ruled as a homicide and due to asphyxia, due to chest compressions while being subdued and restrained by law enforcement. A contributing factor was cocaine toxicity. This is all according to the autopsy report obtained by KTSM. And to read more on the story, just simply head on over to KTSM.com. Well, here at KTSM, of course, we value your opinion and we do want to hear more from you. So make sure you are following us on all of our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Well, up next, just months after deadly floods in central Texas, Camp Mystic, the Christian girls' summer retreat, is trying to reopen. The emotional reactions from parents who are still grieving the loss of their loved ones. This is KTSM 9, First to 4.
$998 per month.
Viva Kia at 5800 Montana. Ask for Sunny, where Sunny saves you money.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Monica, welcome to our moment of fall.
I know, it was so nice. I even wore like my fall dress. I usually save this for like November or October.
Right, looks very nice.
Thank you.
This really isn't fall-like, is it?
Not yet.
No, yellow's more
slowly.
of a summer.
No, I like it. Oh, I thought you meant the weather. I was like, no, not really. But yes, your outfit looks really nice.
This is fall-like?
I think so, right? It's kind of holding on a little bit.
You're so kind. All right, thank you so much. Well, regardless of what I'm wearing, it is so pleasant outside. Look at this. This is a live image up in Ruidoso right now. Of course, they've got partly cloudy skies. They've got a relief from the, well, they never really had too much heat, but it's 64 degrees up there right now. Dew point at 46, so it's dried out a little bit at the surface. They're in for a nice chilly night tonight. They'll be dropping down to about 45 degrees. Oh, just think about that. 81 is the temperature in Las Cruces right now. Wow, dew point at 50. Got mainly clear skies, just a couple of clouds for us overnight tonight, and then tomorrow we'll begin to warm right back up. But look at these highs so far. These are not official yet. 77 at the pass, 76 Van Horn. We've been at 82, Juarez as well, 82 for Las Cruces, 85 Deming, and 81 Alamogordo. I'll remind you, yesterday's high was 94 degrees. So fall arrived. Now we've had these spotty showers that even hung around in the morning. What a beautiful morning. And here is what we received officially at the rain gauge for the last 24 hours. 0.02. Hey, we'll take it. 0.06 Alamogordo, 0.14 for Cloudcroft, the big winner, 0.74 inches up in Truth or Consequences. Now, down here, we've got partly cloudy skies, but clearing skies. I'm not expecting any more chances of showers or thunderstorms the way we had last night. It will clear out and will drop down to about 61 degrees at the airport tonight. Many towns in New Mexico will be in the 50s for a very crisp beginning to Thursday. Now here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. We're looking at a lot of sunshine, partly cloudy skies. We are going to warm back up to about 87 degrees. The humidity will be there, and we'll have a very slight chance of an isolated area thunderstorm, mainly to the west of El Paso. 12s across the board on the allergy forecast. That's been very steady there in the high range. 55 Alamogordo, 45 Ruidoso, 57 Deming, and 59 for TRC lows tonight. High temperatures tomorrow coming back up. 71 Ruidoso, 84 Alamogordo, 85 Deming, and 88 for Juarez. Tonight for you, Las Cruces, mainly clearing skies, and then 59 degrees your low. 59. 86 high temperature tomorrow with that slight chance of an isolated area storm by late in the afternoon. 61 low temperature for us tonight at the International Airport. That sounds good. 87 the high for tomorrow. Now tomorrow is just the slightest chance of an isolated storm in the area, but a better chance on Football Friday night. I'm going to have your exclusive 9-day forecast coming up in 30 minutes for you. You stay with KTSM 9 News.
Visit us today.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, what you are seeing here is a live picture at the Sun Bowl, and that's because KTSM Plus is set to kick off a very special airing for you. Thursday Night Lights is bringing the excitement of high school football right to your smart TV. So the Thunderbirds are actually looking to prove that they're still a dangerous team, while the Cougars look for their fourth win. We're bringing back live football action, something that we pioneered back in 1962, this time obviously with a modern twist. Catch it live on our new KTSM Plus app or on demand anytime. We're also going to be streaming live over on KTSM.com, and if you do want to download our app, just download it via Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. All right, well, in community news, the Parkinson and Movement Disorder Alliance, along with the El Paso West Eye Support Group, is inviting the community to join a live discussion on the subject of Parkinson's disease. Dr. Ray Dorsey is a neurologist, researcher, and public health advocate working to end Parkinson's disease by addressing its root causes. He's going to be the guest speaker at the Queen of Peace Catholic Church in West El Paso on Sunday, October 5th. You must register to save your spot. And make sure you go over to our website, ktsm.com, for more information. All right, don't go anywhere. We still have a lot more to share with you right after this break. This is KTSM 9 Plus.
value. You get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Welcome back to KTSM 9. We're starting off with breaking news at the top of our show. 4 people have been taken to the hospital with serious injuries after a shooting in central El Paso Wednesday afternoon. Now, details are still very limited at this time, but we do have a crew out on the scene. Our very own Diana Castillo, she is near the scene of the shooting with the latest information. Diana, what have you learned so far?
Well, Monica, the 4 people that were shot are 2 men and 2 women. Police have confirmed that they are all in the hospital, like you mentioned, Monica, but their conditions have not been released. Now, this scene is still very much active. As you can see, I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what we are looking at. Investigators and police are still on scene. Now, reports came in just after 1:20 this afternoon near Rainier and Montana. The shooting happened right outside El Paso Police headquarters, but officials stressed that no officers were involved. Investigators say 2 vehicles were involved in the shooting.
This time we don't have anybody in custody. We don't believe that there's a danger to anybody else in the public here. We believe this is an isolated incident.
Now, police have not released the ages of the victims, and police are asking people if they've seen anything or heard anything to call them with any information. Monica?
Diana, thank you so much for those updates. Of course, we'll check in with you a little later in our 5 o'clock newscast. Well, in case you missed it, El Paso Mayor Renard Johnson has been on the job for 9 months now. Mayor Johnson joined our 6:30 program yesterday to discuss the city's efforts to promote economic development, infrastructure, public safety, quality of life, and he told our very own Andy Morgan that the city has to come up with a better plan to lower your taxes. Take a listen.
Property taxes, when we knocked on doors when I was campaigning, that was probably the #1 thing we heard in the community is our taxes are too high. And, I'm a taxpayer too, so, I feel the pain and I know what it's like to pay the taxes. So I think we've got to do a much better job of getting those lowered. And you got to remember that the taxes, I'm 8 months into office. This is something that has been happening a long, long time before I got here. And I've always said that, we need to come up with a plan on lowering your property taxes, and we're doing that. And the only way you can truly do that is bring in economic development and bring in more businesses to start offsetting the residential property taxes. And we've been really aggressive here at the city doing that.
Now, Mayor Johnson pointed to the proposed downtown deck plaza as a way to bring economic development to the city, saying he supports the project. You can actually watch the full interview on KTSM.com. And across the state, Camp Mystic says that it is planning to partially reopen next summer after the devastating flooding that killed 27 campers and counselors in early July. But some victim parents who successfully advocated for a new camp safety law in the state are not happy about it. Priscilla Thompson has the latest.
This morning, Camp Mystic in Texas announcing plans to reopen next summer. It comes after 27 young campers and counselors tragically died at the girls' summer camp on July 4th during catastrophic flooding in the region. Families of the victims receiving an email shared with NBC News by a source close to them that reads in part, "Our planning and procedures will comply with the requirements of the camp safety you bravely championed." Camp Mystic also writing it plans to build a memorial to capture the beauty, kindness, and grace of the girls that died. 9-year-old Lila Bonner was killed in the flood. Her father, Blake, telling the New York Times the families of the deceased Camp Mystic campers and counselors were not consulted about and did not approve this memorial. The mother of 8-year-old Seal Stewart, who is still missing, saying, quote, "Camp Mystic is pressing ahead with reopening, even if it means inviting girls to swim in the same river that may potentially still hold my daughter's body." The parents of 7 of the girls, known as Heaven's 27, speaking to our Jenna Bush Hager earlier this month.
It became very, very clear that this wasn't an accident, this was complacency, and it is 100% preventable.
Through their efforts, the Texas governor has signed 3 new bills into law. Among the new rules, preventing cabins in dangerous areas of flood zones and requiring all camps in Texas to have updated emergency and evacuation plans. Ahead of the signing of the legislation, 9-year-old Molly DeWitt's parents telling Today the goal was to get the safety regulations in place before next summer.
What's being laid out in this bill should be the bare minimum for what these camps should be looking to implement.
And that was Priscilla Thompson reporting. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears here a little bit and talk about weather. Look at those mountains, very, very beautiful. The question is, are we going to get any kind of weather today? For that, let's go ahead and send things over to Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis. Robert, okay, so we weren't able to see the clouds today, which is my favorite part of the camera, but are we
the angle was a little low, wasn't it?
It was the sun. Yeah, I think it says I blame the sun.
Okay. Well, trust me, it's really nice out there. Partly cloudy, and the most important thing, it's cooler so far by 12 degrees from yesterday. Yes. 82 is the temperature right now at the International Airport. We've got the winds flowing in from the northeast, only at about 8 miles per hour. It's been a little windy over on the western slopes today, but hey, if we have to get that to get down to 82 degrees, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and take it. 81 is the temperature in Las Cruces right now. Winds 5 miles per hour, dew point at 50, but don't look for any more rain showers tonight. We'll get a slight chance of isolated storms tomorrow. Get some rain totals for you. 0.02 at the airport, 0.06 Alamogordo, 0.14 Cloudcroft, and 0.74 for TRC. Expect these skies to clear up beautifully overnight tonight. And here's a quick look ahead. Tomorrow, we'll warm back up to about 87. Slight chance of isolated area storms, slight chance. Better chance on, of course, football Friday night when they're trying to play football. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, coming up in just a moment, a teen is dead after being hit by a car along US 54 South yesterday afternoon. We're going to hear from you and what you have to say in our In the Comments segment. Thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, always putting local first.
Hunter.
Segment sponsored by your local Nissan dealers.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. So what you are seeing here is a live picture of the Sun Bowl. Why? Well, because KTSM Plus is set for a very special kickoff. Thursday Night Lights is bringing the excitement of high school football right back to your smart TV. Now, the Thunderbirds, they are looking to prove that they're still a dangerous team, right? While the Cougars are looking for their 4th win. And we're bringing back live football action straight into your living room, something that was pioneered back in the 1960s. This time, of course, we're bringing it with a modern upgrade. Catch it live on our new KTSM Plus app or on demand anytime. And we're also going to be streaming live over on KTSM.com. By the way, if you haven't downloaded our app, it's very easy. Just download it through Amazon Fire, Roku, or Apple TV.
Gosh.
How exciting.
And our own boss, Chris Babcock, will be announcing it. And I wonder if he got his binoculars so he could see the players.
It's a real treat listening to that man announce anything. He is a walking encyclopedia.
He is.
He knows so much. So
Gifted.
I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. And it should be a beautiful night tonight.
Really?
Fall-like.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, nice and
Pool
cool.
weather? No, huh?
Clear. Pool weather. Was it heated?
A little, yeah. I guess
A
I
little
could. But I
heated?
have to tell you in the
You're
morning.
not sure if your pool is heated?
No, it's heated. It's
Okay.
just that I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I should have done it this morning.
Well, if it's, you're going to be fine. Go ahead and splash away. But before we talk weather, let's just do a quick welfare check.
Oh my God, there he is.
Yes.
He's doing so much
Is
better.
he healing well?
Yes, yes. They're about to
Okay.
take off his cone of shame or his
No, that's
mane.
no cone of shame. Are you kidding me right now? That is what I call a cone of luxury. Look how, is there a more comfortable animal on the earth? I don't think so. Don't take that off. He's going to beg you to put it back on, Monica. Okay, well, glad he's healing well. Here's your 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. Look at that sunshine. Yes, we got to go back the other way on temperature, back up to about 87 tomorrow. And yes, we'll have a chance of isolated thunderstorms, mainly to the west of El Paso, with just a slight chance we get a better chance on football Friday night. It's a live view right now up in Ruidoso. They've got some clouds up there, but it's dry. It's dried out at the surface, and look how pleasant that seems. Very fall-like at 64, on their way down to a low tonight of 45 degrees. Hello, cooler weather on the way. 82 Las Cruces, 85 Deming, 82 Alamogordo so far today. And look at how that cool front just came on down through the heart of Texas. 69 Amarillo, that's the high. 80 Lubbock, 84 Midland. It even cooled down Hill Country where they were in the triple digits yesterday. Phoenix doing its own thing at 105. Here's a look at the satellite radar composite. Now, we've had some beautiful clouds today, but expect those clouds to clear out later tonight, and it's going to leave us quite cool. About 61 degrees at the International Airport overnight tonight for many towns in New Mexico. It's going to take you right down into the 50s. Allergy forecast 12. Next 3 days, highest that it can be. Your low temperature tonight for Las Cruces, 59 degrees. Good morning. And then tomorrow, 86 your high with a chance of isolated thunderstorms, mainly to the west of you, but there's a slight chance over you as well. 61 low temperature tonight for us at the airport, and then tomorrow high temperature 87 degrees with that chance of isolated late day storms. Slight chance, better chance on Friday. Now only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Friday, we'll see late day thunder showers and a hit or miss pattern. Unfortunately, yes, lightning in the area. 89 degrees the high temperature that day. Then we're going to remain mostly cloudy through the weekend ahead. And we're going to have scattered showers with isolated hit or miss thunderstorms embedded in the cloud cover. 86 for Saturday, 84 on Sunday. And then we'll see clouds hanging out Monday morning, but we'll be dry that day with a high of 85. Then we're going to warm back up to 88. And look at that, 90 on Wednesday, 91 Thursday, 90 Friday, but it'll be dry and sunny for that really nice feel. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick look outside using our tech stock cameras. This is I-10 Airway, and things are looking quite nicely here. Not a lot to slow us down. Things are moving well in both directions. Well, in today's In the Comments segment, we have new details of a teen who is dead after being hit by an SUV along US 54 South Tuesday afternoon. Police have now confirmed the identity of the victim as 14-year-old Joseph Caraballo. Now, according to the preliminary investigation, Caraballo was seen running west across the northbound lanes of US 54 and crossed the center barrier. Police then say he ran north on the southbound lanes of US 54, where he ran into the path of a 2024 Toyota 4Runner. The driver attempted to avoid Caraballo, but was unable to do so. Multiple witnesses began to help him until he was taken to a local hospital where he later died. A driver who shared dashcam video with KTSM first witnessed a white truck driving over onto the divider of the on-ramp near Fred Wilson. Her camera captured the truck traveling against the flow of traffic, trying to catch the teen. A few hours after the incident, Caraballo's sister shared details about her brother on Instagram, saying he was the youngest of 7 siblings and lived with severe autism, adding that the family was not notified he was missing until an hour after dismissal. She went on to claim that the school had already let him wander off campus once this month and that a safety plan was supposed to be in place. Now, we did share this story onto all of our social media accounts, and well, a lot of you had a lot you wanted to share with us. We're going to start with Pete Sotelo, who says whoever was driving the white truck should be arrested for endangering the lives of others. Maribel Cruz says, my daughter told me he was autistic and got out from school. He had autism, people, and this lady was only trying to help. He passed away in the hospital. So sad. Christina Mincares writes, prayers for those affected by this. May God Almighty grant peace, comfort, and strength for parents and those involved. My heartfelt deep condolences to the friends and families. Now, just a couple of hours ago, El Paso ISD officials did release the following statement, saying in part, quote, the El Paso ISD family is mourning, and we have counseling and support services available for our students and staff. We are working closely with El Paso PD, who are the investigative authority on this incident. We request that everyone be respectful of the family and those impacted, and please keep them in your prayers. Coming up at 5 and 6, KTSM's Jesus Baltazar, he spent the whole afternoon with the Caraballo family, and he's going to hear more from them in just a few minutes. And here at KTSM, of course, we do value everyone's opinion, and we do want to hear more from you. So make sure you are following us on all of our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. All right, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back after this quick break. This is KTSM 9+.
Wednesdays on KTSM 9 News at noon. Sponsored by El Paso Water.
Welcome back. Today we're with Dr. Aaron Poole, OBGYN and maternal fetal medicine specialist over at Las Palmas del Sol Healthcare. Dr. Poole, what are some of the common reasons that we see babies admitted to the NICU?
The most common cause is prematurity, being under 37 weeks gestational age. Some other common things are infection and also low birth weights that we see for reasons admitted.
How do you prepare mothers to enter into the NICU if you feel like that might be a possibility?
One, we like to just let them know that we're there to support them and that this is a situation where we work as a team to help their baby become healthy and get home and be strong. And so being familiar with the environment, knowing that they can speak with us and that we're there to support them.
Yeah, that's great. And then one more for you. What advice do you have for parents that maybe do have someone in the NICU right now?
I think to know that they have a supportive team, they're not alone, and that together as teamwork, we're going to help their baby get home and be healthy and safe.
Dr. Poole, thank you very much. Of course, for more, you can always visit LasPalmasDelSolHealthcare.com to find a provider near you.
Wellness Wednesday, sponsored by Las Palmas del Sol Healthcare.
Here's the last look at the forecast. High temperature tomorrow goes back up 87 degrees. We'll have a very slight chance of an isolated area thunderstorm mainly to the west of El Paso. Better chance of storms on Football Friday night with a high of 89 degrees. That would be our 5th Friday with a chance of storms and lightning. 86 on Saturday with scattered showers, and also on Sunday with a high temperature of only 84 before we clear out and warm back up to those low 90s. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in to KTSM 9 Plus. Don't go anywhere. 9 News Now is up next. See you tomorrow.